In the heart of a magnificent empire, somewhere in the east, lived a man whom everyone knew by the repetitive and monotonous sound of his hammer. His name was Rezvan, a simple stonemason with calloused hands and a uniform life. Every day, from sunrise to sunset, he did only one thing. He hammered, slowly and regularly, on the hard pieces of stone that people ordered. He was poor, no one cared about him, but something was alive inside him. A dream. The dream that one day he could become a great man, wealthy, respected, free. One night, while sitting on a stone under the moonlight, an unknown old man approached him. He wore a gray robe and his eyes were full of secrets. He said, "You have a big dream, Rezvan, but as long as you look for a miracle, you won't get anywhere. The effect of a miracle is in small things, small repetitions, like these hammer blows of yours." Rezvan laughed. "Are you one like the others? Do you want to give me hope that I can become a prince by stonemasonry?" The old man bent down, placed a hand on his shoulder and said softly, "No, I don't want to give you hope. I want to give you a principle. If you get just a little better every day, if you do your work correctly and consistently, time itself will create the miracle." And then he disappeared. The next morning, Rezvan decided not just to work anymore, but to take one small step every day towards becoming better. The first day, he hammered louder than ever. The second day, he woke up an hour earlier. The third day, he wrote down how much he earned and how much he spent. The fourth day, he borrowed a book from the village reader, and so he continued, without excitement, without immediate results. Just small steps. People mocked him. Even his family said, "Rezvan has gone mad. Instead of earning money, he reads books." But Rezvan knew what he was doing. He had faith in the principle of the compound effect. 6 months passed. Rezvan was still carving stones, but now he had become the best stonemason in the empire because he knew the subtleties of his art better than anyone. Each piece was unique. He found aristocratic customers. But more importantly, during this time, he learned negotiation skills, practiced saving, learned to read and write, and wrote 3 sentences about his day every night. 10 months later, Rezvan now owned his own workshop, but he still held the same hammer in his hand and his belief in his heart. Whenever he doubted, he thought about the repetitive blows of the hammer, the same ones that had yielded no results for years. But now, every blow was gold. One day, the prince came to the village to have a royal statue made. Everyone said, "There is only one person worthy of this task, Rezvan." When Rezvan entered the palace in his simple clothes, the prince looked at him and said, "How did you get here? Weren't you just a stonemason?" Rezvan smiled. He pointed to a statue he was working on. Its beauty was breathtaking. He said, "I just struck a hammer blow every day, but every blow had a purpose, not to break the stone, but to build myself." The prince lowered his head and said, "You have taught me a lesson, stonemason. You are the real prince." Rezvan was no longer just a worker. He was a man who had understood the power of small, positive habits, someone who, instead of searching for a miracle, became the miracle himself. And now, if you pass by his old workshop, you can still hear the sound of his hammer. But now that sound is the sound of growth, the sound of the compound effect. And if you listen carefully, you might hear each blow say, "Just one more step, just one more step."